So I'm going to go over a little bit of a chat here. As you can see, I have a lot of these channels open. Really good thing to do right in the get-go is create a new tab, put it out to the side here, name it private message. Make sure friends and others are clicked. You can pick whatever color you want, and then minimize the tab just like I have here. It's a really good thing to do is renaming it. Rename tab, private message, whatever. Doesn't matter how you want to do it. And then minimize it, and then it'll go down into this little area just like the PM right there I have set up. Same thing with rookie. You can do it all for every channel. You can have do for societies. So you got societies, local, space, everything that you want, everything you need. You can make new channels. I have this one is all these channels are connected to one, and so on and so forth. Pretty interesting here. So let's just get this guy added to this one more time. All right, so if you guys have any questions, I will be willing to answer them in any order. I just wanted to go over that. First of all, secondly, we can go over actually a little bit more about this. So enable tab highlight, that's just where activities occurred in the chat system. You can have auto fade too. Auto fade will make it disappear, so it's a little bit more translucent. What else with the channel? So the most important thing though, when you're first starting with this channel is with the chat system, is to make sure you open new tabs and then set your priority on all the tabs. That is really important. That's probably the most frustrating thing about the chat system. So you got the message center now. The message center now has all your auction, what you've done and what you haven't done. If I push X on this, it will disappear. I'll never see it again. So just so you know that, you got your sticky notes, your messages, your show system alerts. That's going to show you if you enter tax or not. Toggle globals. Globals are what's happening, like loot over 50 ped usually, and then HOFs, Hall of Fames, are above whatever it is. All right, so let's see. Let's now, as you can see, this is my avatar right here. I'm scrolled all the way out. So now I'm in first-person mode. Okay, so first-person mode, you can't really see much except for your toes. So if you want to see how you want to look, you have to scroll out using your mouse button. And then, so we'll go over a little bit of how all these things function quickly. So an item, you get your show basic information. I'll be the TT, etc. Show the stats of it, the tier numbers, etc. And then a little bit of description of what is all this about. Magnesium alloy layer. I didn't even read it. I've never read any of this before, so that's pretty cool. Then you can take away the trees or whatever, the tier systems. And then you can show the item or take the item away. You can show the item, and then if it's a gun, you can show the activation. Twirl it or twirl it with your mouse. So I'll show you the activation. So the activation, if you see, watch, this is what it would look like if I shot it. Let's see, here's another. Let's equip this one. No, it doesn't do it. Maybe this one does. So this shoots, as you can see, just showing the different functions of it. Item on, item off. All right, what are some other questions here? Where to do this when I get out? Right, so what do you do when you want to get out? I'm just going to quickly put this. So you have two different, well, you have 3 different careers. Here's the skill things, attributes. So a quick reference on all these little things here. So how do you look at clothes before you buy them? Let's look at that. So we go items, clothes, boots, and say you're female or male or whatever. Double click it, and as I said before, if the item's not showing up, then the show item button needs to be turned on. And then you use your mouse scroll to move it forward, back, or whatever. Pretty simple. If you're asking if you can wear it beforehand, no. So that's pretty cool. Jacket, you know, it's customized, blue, looks sweet. Jacket's a little expensive though, 500 ped plus markup. No, you can't see how they look at you. Your only chance of doing that was before you signed up. There was the whole systems information of what every armor or everything looked like was on there. So somebody just asked me, is there a better way to, or a way to bind bottom auto equip my finer excavator? So let's put this down here. Let's get this out of the way. So this way to set up your keyboard, so you got F1, F2, F3, so on forth. As you can see, it's up here. So we'll go to F2. I push G, then L, then I drag into my tools because this is my tool section. This is the finder I want to use. I'll put it on L. I'll put it on 1. Push L again. Now I can't drag anything. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Now I can't do any more control. I unequip that. So I put L again. I want it on my screen here. Let's do that. Throw it on my screen after pushing L. I don't want it there anymore. I can just trash it. Done. And you can do that for all your items that are equipable for tools and whatnot. Setting an auction. Best thing to do is always use the search. So level 1, finder, amplifier. Right. So it's going to come up. And then it's always good to kind of always compare. Okay, 34 ped, that's what they're selling for. So I'll do 34 ped too. Actually, they've been sitting here for 3 days. So you know what? I'm going to bump it down to 33, 110%, not bad. Still, it's just level 1. So whatever. I'm just going to do that. Boom, to both of these. All right. So to refine, let's go over a little bit of refining. So these are your refiners. You can buy all types of refiners on auction. So the best way to find all these things, these tools, so we go to tools here. You have mining amplifiers. These are the amplifiers: basic, medium, high, professional. They're expensive. The more markup you spend, the more markup you need to find to break even. So remember that. I wouldn't suggest mining. Anyway, amplifying. So you have excavators. Excavators on here. You have lots of these, lots of choices. Again, different markup for everything. Finders. You have finders here for your finders, different levels for finders. This one is level 1. It's always good, and it's a little bit deeper for a level 1. So it's pretty cool. And then your refiners. T1, T104, probably best for your buck. I heard this refiner is also good. I'm not too sure why though. I don't know if it changed stats or not. Not too sure. Anyways, you got to do a lot of research on most of this kind of stuff. I would, well, you got portable TT units, so portable TT units are pretty cool. They have it. So when you get more advanced into the game, it's something that you don't need right away. Same with portable repair too. As you can see, everything has pretty much a markup into what this is. So close all this. Vehicles, air, blah, 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 land, pretty self-explanatory. Weapons. Different choice of weapons and missions, explosives. Really? Oh man, I am pretty tired. Awesome item. Look at that. That is a nice item. Nice item. Whoa. 25,000 bed. Oof. Ugh. Excuse me. Anyway, so yeah, this is pretty much it. So what else do we got here? I'm pretty tired, actually. Starving Matrax. I don't know if I can. All right, what else do you guys, what other questions do you guys have? You guys have any more questions that you need to answer? Equipping, right click, equip. Oh, I guess, oh, I have something open here. What else? I'm trying to think. Let's see. Best place to go once out of the tutorial? That is actually an excellent question. There's many options. There's many opportunities for different planets. For example, the one thing you guys, if you're new and stuff like that, the one thing you gotta really look for is do some research on what planet is best. There's Planet Calypso. Planet Calypso has one of the best auctions. Most active, 818 pages. It used to be up to 1,000 pages. You have things like Calypso Land Deeds, something that you could invest into. Arcadia Underground Deeds, I do suggest that you go to Arcadia and buy them in the underground if you are interested in investing in those. Not recommended to buy them on auction because there's still some to buy from the person down there. Then you have another option is Calypso Land Deeds. And it's funny because they were actually down to 1,100 ped each. Now they're up to 1,200 ped and they're going back up slowly and steadily. Because I will show you an example of what Land Deeds give. So here's a little bit of an example of what Land Deeds are all about. As you can see, you get once a week, you get a earnings, which 44.65 earning ped, which is pretty high for 13. That's only for 13 deeds, and you got time. Like it goes on forever. I mean, look at some of the. You got 600 there. 100. I think I saved it up 500. I think I saved it once up to 1,000 or 3,000 or something like that. There was more payments. It's just this is where it seems to end. Anyways, and then this is what the AUDs look like. I only got 50 of them. This is kind of the value that's coming in there. So that's kind of something actually a little bit important to to consider and learn. Just give me 2 seconds here. Is there any more or other questions you guys would like to inquiry or ask? Okay, so you got my offers. This is where I'm selling everything that I have. My bids, what I bid it on. I haven't bid on anything lately. And then what has fallen off or what I've won. So that's how you find that. Orders. So a little bit of explanation about the game. Something really important to learn is there's always. Give me 2 seconds here. Actually, sorry. There is something. Just gonna do something really quickly here. Okay, so here's a little bit of on my so as you can see, Allison gel. Now be wary though, if you're selling to orders, you're basically going to kill your own market. At some point that might catch up, might not be worth it to use the orders. If it's a little batch, if it's something just kind of tiny to sell, I think okay, sure, try the order system, but understand that, like, let's give you an example here. Is like, let's say I wanted to sell this, right? I mean, it's crap. It doesn't really have any markup here. 5 ped. But as you notice, there's an auction fee here of 54 PEC, and that's going to happen no matter what. So if I put it up to 600 plus TT, that's a really expensive item, but I'm paying 21 PED auction fee. You got to remember that. So in reality, it turns out to be only about 570 PED per thing. So you know, and I don't want to do that. Okay, so anyway, so we go down and you got orders for everything here. And I see this is rising. That's cool. That's making me a little bit more interested here. So let's see, I had some that fell off auction, and we'll get this amp out too, and then we'll get this guy too. I'll fill some things off auction. There we go. Put it together. I'm going to ask for, well, because they didn't buy it, I'm going to ask for 114%. 3 ped. So in reality, I'm only going to get 544 ped, around that, 543. But I'm going to put it down a little bit. I'm going to drop it down to maybe 3 ped cost. If it happens to fall off, you know what? I lost 7 ped. So be wary about that. You know, this is how you could lose a lot of ped. So the best thing to do is if you just want to sell the item, it's actually wise to just do 100%, no markup, then have your 104. What is it? Yeah, this is what I had. So have it like this. You're only risking 50 PEC. And, you know, maybe you're not going to sell it for that 114, but maybe you'll sell it for, you know, 110 or something. Maybe someone will bid it up to 110. Who knows? You don't know that, right? So let's just go and finish this. I will risk the 3 ped, and I want a certain amount for this, or else I can use it for my own enjoyment or whatever I want to do with it. I want to sell it for that amount, and that's it. That's just how it is. So you got something like this is pretty high markup, but this has been higher. The sales have been dropping on it just because the uses and all that kind of stuff have been getting a little bit lower. You have a lot of markets coming here. Oh, got somebody that wants to become my disciple. I don't know if I could add this person. Check my mentoring system. Let's see if it got added. Yeah, he's added. Okay, so. All right, so a little bit more. So you got high markup items, like, you know. So this is kind of like, if you guys are starting this game, this is kind of what you want to really focus on, actually learning the first few days, is the market. You really need to learn what's the market all about. You know, this is the refined resources. This is refined resources. So this is when you take your refiner, this guy, equip it, use it, refine your ores or end matters, and then it'll pop on this part of the page. And then you can search. So the best thing to do is, let's say energy. Let's go energy. Okay, so we got a few options here. Binary energy. Let's go to page 2. Let's see what we have here. Still binary energy. Okay, so energized. I think I want to search. Yeah. So this is what I want to search because this is another one. So you got energy crystal. This is refined. So you gotta. This is a pretty high markup resource. It's really nice to have. This is probably one of the best resources to actually search for, in my opinion, if I was going to. So here's the raw energy source, the raw type of things. So you can look up raw materials. So angelic. Okay, so angel scales. This is what I want to find. Way too high for the markup. It is way too high. It should be much, much lower than that. And then you'll have angel scales order at 3,000%. So. All right, skills. So we're gonna just jump the section here to the skills. And like I said, this is kind of something you guys want to kind of look through. This is the core of the game. This is it. This is pretty much what this game is designed about and for and all that kind of stuff. So let's go back to rookie. So where do you get deeds? Is the auction house, and it costs It costs money, $100, $120. I mean, investment, and you get about 4 ped a week back. That's pretty good. That is actually pretty good. You get about 4 ped. It's way better than any bank out there, in my opinion. I mean, and the more you support the game, the more it grows too. Also. So let's can't order skills. So okay, anyways, let's go through this a little bit. So you got beauty. Why are skills important? Well, skills are important because it allows you to get more HP. First of all, that's probably one of the most important facts about this game is you need health points when you do this. I'm going to go full screen actually for you guys just because it needs to. I think you need to see this guys a little bit more. So anyway, so you got your tributes. You can't chip in the tributes. You can do those missions and get a tribute things. For example, I'll drag my mission thing open. And then, okay, for the Anatrox, this is a really tough mob. It's, I'd recommend if you're level 45 or 50 to do this mob. I wouldn't do anything. You have to be around there. Even I have troubles doing it. So you see the 25 agility tokens. You need 100 agility tokens, and you take it to one of the mission brokers people in the game. When you pick up the mission, you'll learn all that kind of stuff. And then you can get points faster that way. I would recommend if you were a noob and you really were interested in this game and you wanted to succeed in this game, if you were going to do all those missions and you're going to get those mission tokens, and I do recommend taking them. Sometimes I would actually say take the skill over the mission tokens because the token agility or whatever, just because the skills might be more beneficial to you. But so if I was at a level 77 and you saved up all your agility tokens, that's 1 point each, right? Going from level 77 to level 78 is a process. It takes a lot to do that. Anyway, so we got intelligence, and these all have like after effects. Like these are like bonus effects to your avatar. Like higher agility you have, the little more faster you're running. You will run a little bit more. The more strength you have, the more you can carry. I can carry up to 352 kilograms. There's no restriction weight. It's just you're going to be really slow, really slow. Same with items. There's no restriction item, just on your storage. So you got all these things. You know, some of them really high skills, some of them aren't. So anyway, so best thing to do is figure out what you want to do. What if you want to be hunter? What kind of weapon do you want to use? There's many types. You can do many types of things. You got heavy melee. I'm a pretty all-around person, so I got pretty high skills in a lot of things here. So it's a little bit more expensive. So you got BLP pistol hit, BLP pistol sniper. You know, those are my highest damage, highest. And then you got into the grenader, so that's getting higher. And then the swordsman, that's getting knife fighter. You know, I did all these things. Paramedic is really important. Dodge is really important. Evade is immensely important. Things like that you could just chip up, and they're really expensive though. And then you have like the one-handed clubs, which I'm working on now. So I'm getting these guys up a little bit higher. The brawler, I don't really have a weapon for it. There's not many weapons out there to do those types of things, so I'm not into that yet. And the whipper, etc., I'm not into. The captain is a space and all that kind of stuff. Then you got crafting. All right, let's go a little bit over here on the crafting. I'm just going to check something quickly. All right, so if you guys have any questions, please do not hesitate to ask. Throw a question on the Twitch. I should be able to read it. Let's see if it's working. Yeah, it's working. So if you can throw a question on there or whatever, if you guys need to know something, no problem. I'll do that best I can answer here. So I'm going to pull my globals again. So construction machine. Let's load up the construction machine. Okay, so all right, this is another core really important thing about the game is construction, the blueprints. Blueprints, you loot blueprints. You can't, you know, you can buy them. Where you buy them is on the auction, blueprint section, armors, attachments, blah, blah, blah. So let's make sure, let's see here. Let's try to find a cool blueprint. Maybe I want to buy, let's see what they have offering here. Okay. I mean, this is a really cool blueprint right here. And this one too is a cool blueprint. That's a cool blueprint too. And these are all pretty cool blueprints. Let's see. Anyways, so let's just pick one of these. All right. Open up the blueprint. It's going to have a list of recipes of what you need. You can go find them or just buy them. Whichever I suggest just buying. If you really want to get into crafting, get into crafting. That's the key. You wanna do crafting, do crafting. That's the most important thing. You got to focus just on crafting because it's really expensive. It's an endeavor that takes a lot of pen. And I'm into crafting. I love it. I think it's one of the best things I've ever done in this game is that. Okay, let's pick a blueprint here. For example, this is a SIB blueprint, but so QR is very important. So as you can see, my success bar isn't quite as high. The QR is only 18.33. I'm a pretty high level metal engineer. I should have it maxed already, which I do. Just the problem is the success rate isn't. Success rate is 86.3, as you notice here. The success rate to maxed blueprint, which is limited blueprints, or the QR has to be maxed. So you have max QRs. Level 5, I have 95% success rate in succeeding on this. If I had the materials to do it, I could show you an example. Now let's just get the attempts up again. Let's just see. Let's take let's just go with this. I'm going to show you. So you can select as many, you can only select as many as you have as material. Then you just push construction. This is just components. If it was something where it needed residue, I could do residue. I didn't really want to do that. I didn't really want to succeed on that, but it's okay. So let's do, see if we can find a residue. Iron. Anything else? Oh. All right, let's try one of these. What am I losing here? What thermal sensor? I don't really want to lose those. What am I missing for this? Let's load up one of these. What am I missing on this? Magnesium. Okay, that's easy to fix. So I'll show you guys a little bit of example of refining. Open my refiner up. Go to my mineral page. And we'll find my magnesium. It's down here. Oops. And refined. All right. Oop, I want to put that back. Let's give you an example of this again. So let's do A28, A28, and I have 4 clicks of these. That is the missing component. 4 clicks. Oh, I don't know. Hardened nuts, that's why. So here's the key thing you guys really need to know when you guys are starting off this game is refining. So I have one of the best refiners in game. It will save me about 1,000 peds over a year or something. Refining and all that kind of stuff. Just know that everything you're doing is kind of decaying. So decaying is money, right? You're spending money on this. So let's go over this really quickly actually first. So I'm going to do all the component. I want to use all my residue. So let's see if we can succeed on this. Nope, near success. Try one more. So anyway, so if it's refined, it will have a higher percentage, but the only reason the higher percentage is to compensate for the refining. So if you went to a reseller and the reseller gave you the stones for 3 or 6% less, understand that's probably why you went 3 or 6% less is because of what am I running out of? I don't see what it is. Oh, basic nuts. That's what it is. But so refining might be a good idea. It might not be a good idea. It might be a stupid idea. So anyways, that's it. Statistics. Let's go on statistics. We can look at what has been received. What we have spent is actually better we should be tracking that to people. So I spent all this, blah, blah, and this is what I got for near success. And then the total, here's my items. I got 2 of them, full TT. Okay, awesome. So it showed you that. All right, let's put all that back. Let's get all this. back somewhere. Hide all these guys, and as you can see, my storage is pretty full. Actually sold a bunch of stuff not too long ago. And we'll just get these components down here to remind you maybe I need to make some more. Okay, so let's see here. What else can I give you guys on tips first? Any questions, guys? Any questions? All right, so if there's no more questions, I'm going to fly. Let's make sure I got everything. So there's a few. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go outside. I'm going to go outside, and we're going to do... just going to show the map to you guys, too. I'll put all this that I've just done onto YouTube, so it's a little bit easier, and then you guys can just reference it for, like, example, your chat system, how you open up new tabs, put what you want on each tab, or whatever. You can have multiple things for each tab. Anyway, so this is the map of Calypso and all the TPs and all the land areas. I have discovered them all throughout all my travels. I have traveled every inch of this map, pretty much. Been in every area and all that kind of stuff. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to space now. We're going to see what space is like, and what we got to make sure is that we don't have any lootables at all. No lootables. Okay, good. I need some sort of flying vehicle. Empty. All my vehicles should be pretty much empty. Doesn't have any lootables, but it has items in it that that's okay. Having some items, that's okay. And I didn't notice. I just don't. Maybe I don't. Okay, so. Oh, right. I was going to show you guys actually before I leave, before I get off Calypso, I'm going to show you guys a little bit more about that skill chipping. Just to show what to buy when you want to chip in or chip out. I'm going to show you guys. So it's under medical. This thing is for PvP 4 and PvP 3, the red zones. This is a contaminated zone. Contaminated zone, you need an anti-toxic shot to enter those zones, just before I forget. So anyways, just buy one of these. These are 15 pet each. A little expensive. Take an empty skill chip plant, put it in there, equip this, use tool. Now I can chip out whatever I want. For example, let's look at this. The market on that is 7,000%. How much would it pull? It would pull pretty much all that into that chip. Let's look at something higher. So this is what's cool about all this is, let's say I wanted to extract some mining. 31 skill points for that empty skill plant. And the empty skill plant is, let's see what it is. It's an 18 ped skill plant. 18 pad skill plant for 8,679 points only gives me 31. And let's see, let's try another one here. Let's go with the 5,000. From 5,004 for 18 is only 126. From 2,000, let's try this. Let's see what this is. It's 1432. So at some 2,500. Seems to be the real multiplier that starts to occur on the skills, because I could fill all this up too, though. I could put all those in there. Anyway, so that's how you chip out a little bit if you want to. I don't recommend it. I don't see a point to do it. All right, no, I don't want to drop it. Sell that. Here's my repair. Ooh, actually, I got to do something first here too. I gotta somehow get some ped here. So let's look at the order system. Let's see if there's anything. Is there an order system here? 104. Nothing. That. 106.5. I don't have any of that though. Just looking for an order so I can fill something so I can get a little bit more ped here. I'm trying to find something that is more worthwhile so I don't hamper any markets I might be playing in.